Welcome back, Five Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, Five Aces here. The kids has just fallen asleep, and I swear, in my head, I could hear the mission accomplished flash right before my ears. So, with that out of the way, we've got some spare time to cast OpenRA, and this is gonna be a good one. So, I'm not entirely sure because there is no intel about that on the RAGL website. It's just the latest available replay. But I'm pretty sure, fairly confident that these are the finals. And our finalists, so I'm taking this for granted now. I'm casting under the assumption, the bold assumption that I'm being correct here. But I think this is the finals between Blackened and Cav. So both these players have had an absolutely stellar run. And Blackened has surprised us a lot, especially with the Tesla Rush last series. So yeah, playoffs are basically over, and the new season has already started, which is why most of the games have disappeared to be replaced by fresh replays, which is awesome because we're going to go from season to season. From season finale right to the season start of season 14, which is just hype. So yeah, bring it on. This is the match of the century, or at least the match of the 6 months before the next RAGL season starts. And Blackened, yeah, has just, I wouldn't say punched above his weight because he's been really a heavyweight champion already, but he has been switching it up from his usual macro style. And on the man on the other side, in the pink trunks, it is gonna be Cav, the cavalry, the tank commander, the flank master. Yeah, he's got many a title. He wants to add one of these titles to his collection. I'm not gonna mouse over them right now, such as not to spoil myself, because maybe they're already wearing the badges that they earned in a hard-fought victory. All right. So the faction picks are England for Blackened. Blackened I see usually as a mixed player, and Cav I'd say is more on the Soviet side. I see him play Soviets a lot, but then again, the picking algorithm is biased towards whatever you randomed last time, so it may just be a statistical artifact. But yeah, I definitely see him with Russia or Ukraine most of the time. Whereas Blackened is just more of a kitchen sink approach type of player. Playing super defensively, this has seemingly become the norm. Is it gonna be triple ref? No, it is not gonna be a triple ref here. That must have been double ref into a third ref from Cav. Blackened a little bit behind on his third ref. He's pumping out barracks already. That is a curious choice, that's not the usual build, so a little bit of something could be off here. Something a bit off kilter, if you ask me. We're seeing the first couple scuffles. Oh, the healing from the hospital kicking in. It does affect your units in combat, which is such a great buff, Kappa Pride. Alright, the Ranger does not carry a passenger presently. Nope. And those scouts are gonna be back to full in almost no time. Oh, the snowballing from the hospital is already happening. Not really. But see, if you don't finish off these scouts, they're gonna regenerate, which is super annoying. Ranger is finding a couple value picks, but not too much. Hospital hasn't amounted to too much here. Okay, Ranger still relatively healthy. Ooh, tile error. Grave tile error. Not like this. Oh, double vet, so this rifle has definitely snagged an engineer for himself. How are we looking right now? We're on 5 harvesters, and we're on 5 harvesters here as well. We're on a service depot. The timings are not too far off. 10 seconds behind is Blackened. Cav still in a good spot. His eyes on the map are not as plentiful as Cav's, that much is definitely for certain. But he went for a double light vehicle play. Okay, Ranger gets poked out a little, but survives. Good hustle. Wind up toy tank is going in. And the Ranger is staying with the troops, trying to morally support and rally the troops. You know, just like the Rangers have been used for real life. Man, makes me want to play some Company of Heroes 2 again. Has anybody tried Company of Heroes 3? Apparently it is a bug-ridden microtransaction hell, but I'm still curious to check it out at some point. But 2, definitely one of the games of all time. Really tilting, but also really fun. And it crucially features the US having having something very similar to the Ranger. So a little bit behind on the timing is Blackened. He has now established his refinery, but his harvester transition is maybe 30 seconds late, and as a result, he should be just that little tad bit behind. Yeah, he's broke. 2k. Not trailing too far though, he should recover momentarily, and the army graph is also still relatively even Stevens, so we're not too worried for him just yet. Cav has started heavy tank production. That is always risky. Light tank is not finding an angle onto the MCV, has not yet accomplished anything too amazing. Yeah, flag truck being picked off, that's not too bad. And the Conyard is being deployed, it's scouted immediately. Good hustle here. Scouting out the base, knowing that there is no crazy base push shenanigans going on. He is moving on to the second. Ooh. That's a bit risky, but he does have numerical superiority for the time being. Yup, he's gonna be able to waltz all over this. The heavy tanks are just idling on by, and there is a torrent of infantry heading away, crashing into the base. Oh, wow, that was some AoE. Jeez! That flame tower popping and immediately taking down two 5-stacks at once. On the other side, we're seeing nothing is breached. Defensive perimeters on both sides are still holding. However, Blackened has lost a significant part of his army. Oof, that was not a good engagement. At first it looked like it would be able to run over, but the flame tower blasts 2 in a row, killing a 5-stack each. That was absolutely sick. So this is crucial. The heavy tank flank has been scouted out, but it's only matched by techies for now. Doesn't look good for Blackened. Blackened in a precarious position. 2 rockets, 3 rockets. So Blackened has reacted immediately, but he still may lose his harvester because the rockets have come out, but they're out of position. Yeah, that is a dead harvester. The Nightsweed Prince, that was just too slow on the trigger finger. Oh no. Blackened not in a great spot anymore here. He's trying to realign his army, but the numerical superiority at this point for Cav is just staggering. 17 over 12k army value, and immediately scouting out the flank as well, so there is nothing... Ooh, double War Factory. Double War Factory heavy tanks is so much scarier than one. This just scales inversely. Okay, at least this flank gets picked off. Inversely I'm saying, non-linearly. In a non-linear manner. This little dispatch ain't gonna stop an army. I'm gonna stop you. With what army? Oh, the tanks are not connecting, not even close. Man, that was complete obliteration. Yeah, this mechanic was a bit ambitious to begin with, but it certainly won't help him here. This game, I feel, is half in the bag for Cav. This is basically just a... not really a photo finish here. This is basically just the last finishing touches being put onto his base. The front line has crumbled, but there is more yet to come. And unlike the flame towers, the pillboxes can't get those 5-stack crazy one-shots with good RNG. Oh. Yeah, should be a sell. No, that was not even a sell order. That's 200 cash rebate as well. Oh no, this one rifle just camping the barracks. Oh no. Man, that was brutal. He's trying on the other side, but this is reinforced with Tesla coils. No shot, my friend, no shot. Just no dice. And the flame towers today have been magnificent. It's been a good day for some flaming hot, barbecued, smoked Blackened. Smoked in quite the literal sense of the word. That is the 1-0 up for Cav. So if this is the finals, this is going to be best of 5. See you in game number 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Now, granted, this has been a little bit of a one-sided affair. Let's see if Cav can pull through here, or Blackened is going to pull it back, because this is an indoor map, which has never made a lick of sense to me. So this is supposed to be an underground facility, yet the underground facility is housing buildings itself that are larger than is physically possible. Because this is basically, I remember a mission where you infiltrate a war factory as allies, like Allies 11 or something, or Allies 10, the one before the final mission. And it is distinctly shown that the spies infiltrated the war factory, and then he's down there in the whatever coolant systems, in the industrial part, or the underground production part. And then you've got full-fledged buildings in there. Wait, the Muni crates do now explode. That is a cute little addition. Nothing too fancy, but oh, faction reversal. We're seeing Ukraine for Blackened, and we're seeing France for Cav. So the good old stealth boys are gonna come out. Wait, those boxes don't explode. This doesn't do shit. Nope. It's just the ammo crates. That didn't used to be in the game, and I was wondering why. Would have made the most sense if they were explosive. Hell yeah. This is starting to look like a mission. Usually you just capture those terminals with the engineers. Nope, those are not explosive either. My friend, are you just trying to exert psychological pressure? Or are you really trying to fight boxes? How about these ammo boxes then? Maybe it's gonna fall for the trap. Maybe Cav is gonna get maybe Blackened is gonna get a real good NG snipe off the ammo boxes. That would be hilarious. Irony, twist of irony here. Nope, not looking like it. Blackened has got some good camo colors, especially for the oil derricks. Now that oil derricks do no longer get auto-targeted, or tech structures in general, it is really useful to have a good camouflage color, because then your opponent is just gonna A-move past them and not even realize that they're in your possession. So good hustle there. What's gonna happen if you activate the terminal? It's probably just gonna deploy a flame tower, right? Deploy a flame tower right outside the barracks of Blackened and one-shot a 5-stack. We've seen it in game 1. It did happen before. Oh! Cheese build. Cheese build alert. We're seeing Cav moving out with his MCV, and it's gonna get scouted. Okay. All the alarm bells are ringing right now. He should definitely have seen this. If he has any semblance of map awareness, yeah. Because he did play standard with a really forward war factory. This is gonna be so hard to... I don't like this at all. So what Blackened has been doing here is producing his barracks on the front lines. His war factory on the front lines. And look at how far the harvesters have to travel. Now, granted, he's got a massive economical disparity, and it doesn't help that Cav is sending his... Wait. Oh. Maybe this is such a low econ map that Cav, rather than cheesing, felt just pressured to send his MCV farther west to get another expansion. Maybe the case. I mean, this is low econ. Certainly is. Service depot rush for Blackened, so we know what he's up to. An interesting map, I'm just gonna have to say. It's got lots of tech structures, and not all of them have been claimed. Oh, you can fire over the walls. This looks like a bug, but it's not actually. What this really is just the walls are not physical, they're just tiles. And you can fire over any type of walls in Command & Conquer. So you can snipe an NG over the ridges super easily, and your opponent is not going to expect it, because these look like sturdy walls. Just tiles. Okay, Ranger from Cav scouts out the army. Scouts a little bit too hard. Scouting with his face. Hashtag just scouting. The good old so scared tactic. Well, yeah. Well, scouting ranger is gonna know about the whereabouts now. And light tank, how many do we have in number? Only 1 thus far. No, 3 light tanks into the back lines. Power raid, or maybe even an ore truck raid. With 3 you can semi-reliably kill something. Oh, this is walled off. Really smart from Blackened. He has been delaying this push inadvertently. Okay, there's a heavy tank. Is he gonna go for the harvesters? Yeah, apparently he is. There's no real defense. Oh, Blackened, you're not gonna like this at all. You don't have anything prepped right now. The harvester should... Okay, Blackened should definitely have moved his harvesters towards the army. Now he's just losing a harvester for free. Okay, Cav is happy trading those tanks for the harvesters. Because he's also winning the engagement on the southern perimeter. Man, nothing is going Blackened's way here. Not even a little bit. His Conyard is now exposed. This is game number 2. This is just straight up carnage. Oh, not like this. Only his first tank coming in now. So the economical power play from Cav definitely paying off. There is one tank. There is a handful of soldiers, and there is a lot of angry harvesters trying to demand their money back. But they're not gonna get anything but zooks to the face. Oh boy. This hasn't been looking pretty for Blackened in game 2 either. It's not looking hot right now. Not the hottest kid on the block. Oh, speaking of hot, are we gonna see the Miracle Flame Towers again? Too spread out. I love how the animation, how they look when they're below 50%. Oh, another flame tower coming in. Okay, good targeting at least. It did kill all the rocket soldiers, so not too bad. But the Conyard is taking a bruising and there is no engineer in sight. Conyard's still okay for the time being. I think he's gonna get it. Yep, especially if Blackened forgets to move his army. Man, Blackened, you are having a rough day. GG. The 2-0 has been called here, and that was just going from bad to worse. All right, 2-0 up is Cav, and he's probably gonna have match point here in game number 3. Let's check out if he's gonna achieve a clean sweep or if there's gonna be a Silver Scrapes match. Let's hope for the latter. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Round 3, fight! This map here is River Crossing, a very interesting map. There is a gap generator in the middle. And if you capture that shit, you're down 60 power, I believe. I think the power cost got reduced, but it is super annoying. It has been buffed a couple of releases back in such a way that it does now not only obscure the vision, but also limit the vision of units in the fog. So it makes engagements that much harder and makes scouting units that much more viable while you're fighting in the shroud or in gap generator vicinity. I also love the animation. Looks really cool. It always looked to me like a large magnet. Maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know how many of you know about this conspiracy theory. Is it a conspiracy theory or is it just, you know, a folk tale, a fairy tale about the Philadelphia experiment? I kind of used to love that shit as a kid. Used to gobble it up. Couple of those wacky science fiction-ish bullshit authors have written about it, specifically Erich van Däniken, if you know him, is a Swiss guy who has been imprisoned for over making just outrageous false claims and conspiracy theories. But he wrote some really interesting books that are, by the way, not to be believed at all. It's just that they're super interesting insights into the minds of conspiracy theorists. And as a kid, I just was gobbling that shit up. Oh, good flank from Blackened, and one of them was the Philadelphia experiment. Basically states that a US Navy destroyer got teleported. And that's what RA lore is based on, or at least parts of it. And that was obviously not invented by Erich van Däniken. He was just the one who brought it to the German-speaking community. So that was a really fun and interesting read as a kid. Let's go back to all players. So if you know anything about that, if you don't, you know, now is as good a time as any to refresh you on some conspiracy theory lore. I believe the general idea was that the US Army managed to somehow teleport them, but something terrible happened to the sailors and they all got somewhat within the teleport. During the teleport, they got fused with the ship itself, and you had to, I don't know, sort of demagnetize them to unstick them from the ceilings and walls. It was some wacky shit. Yeah, and that's how physics works. He also wrote, notably, something about the Bermuda Triangle. And that was also highly entertaining. Which, if you have ever watched any documentaries about this, you know why the Bermuda Triangle. It doesn't even have a statistically higher rate of ships disappearing. It's just, you know, a large area of the sea. Very vast. Okay. Good start thus far, and this must have been a War Factory rush. I went on this conspiracy tangent. Because Kav's got a lot of harvesters, but he doesn't have a lot of army. He also, yeah, he's got one more harvester. He's got his tech timing way faster. Blackened is not producing anything from the structures tab. Okay. Oh god, he's going to be far behind. He is a full MCV behind here. That was not good showings. Okay, I think this engineer is going to get taken out though. So, not too bad. All things considered, it could have gone worse. Blackened, for now, has some good economy, but he is not going to be able to expand as fast. Okay, so I think we got ourselves a game 3 at hand. This time around, it's no... Moving out. This time around, it's no Raffle Stomp, at least. Double APC already. I mean, what else are you going to do with your spare time, right? Why did he deploy here? Now he has to build an extra power plant or extra racks. And then the refinery. And he had his MCV coming anyway. Maybe he just missed the timing and that was an error on his part. Hard to read into that too much. Did chat say anything? Rookie mistake. Okay. Base defenses kept stalling. I don't know. Cav has patched up his Ranger and is now moving out with his MCV. He's going Gatekeeper build. The Gatekeeper build can be so efficient if you use your timings correctly. You basically deploy your first expansion MCV, and only then are you going to start moving out your original MCV, and that ensures that you're never going to be out of a production queue. That gives you just maximum efficiency. The army has been scouted, and yet again, okay, no, this time around it is the larger army for Blackened at least. Combat tab, he's ahead as well. So that would explain the lack of an army, courtesy of Cav. Blackened now transitioning over to heavy tanks. Oh yeah, we've got the Brits versus the Ukrainians, by the way. Not the most traditional of matchups. I really like this Blackened oil derrick. It's super far forward, provides it with some line of sight, and should Cav ever decide to just move across, it's gonna give him intel. As well as still producing a lot of cash. Oh, dead Ranger. Good pickoff. Gotta say, this time around it's looking better for Blackened. He's fighting with the line of sight advantage here. Okay, barrels being used to blow up one soldier. Yeah, that's not nothing. That is kind of the reverse of what you want to do. APC going, oh, not connecting, just barely not. And yet again, the crushes are just stellar. My lord, what are those crushes from Cav? He ain't called the tank commander for nothing. But this time around, oh wow. This little army is able to push back a much larger force. This was not supposed to work for Blackened, but it did anyway. Combat tab? Yeah, Cav is now massively ahead. Oh lord. 7k. Look at the army. Looks like he won the engagement because he did push back Cav, but he lost all of his infantry. His complete core is gone. It's all depleted. Whereas, yeah, there is still a solid, healthy core here for Cav. Again, crushing the opposition. This is starting to look like a repeat, but he's not out of there yet. 7 harvesters still remaining. And that means there is still a glimmer of hope. A speck of hope. He used to be so far ahead, and then look at how this engagement went. With the 5 tanks all connecting. Man, this was just savage. Okay. It looks to me like Cav is not too sure about his position in the game. He feels like he's much farther, or he thinks he's behind. but in reality he's actually really far ahead. Tesla coil, yeah, has zapped 3 soldiers and is now gonna go goodbye. Good night, sweet prince. There go your field defenses, and it's starting to look like a repeat. Game number 3 again, slipping out of the grasp of Blackened, who just can't stand up to the tank hammer of Cav. You know, I feel like his tanks have always been going in from behind in the last couple engagements. He never went in with the tanks first, he just tanked with his infantry corps. D. Dang, fucked up. Yeah, that must have been a build order mistake. 100%. This is not the usual MO. Man, yeah. What a rough game. Look at the destroy tab. Like 3 times over. He has a kill-death ratio of 3-to-1, basically. Oof, this is just brutal. The finishing touch is now being put onto his base. Very nice engagement. Oh, from both sides. Triple flame tower, but you can't stand up to the might of the Cav. The cavalry has arrived. And now we're seeing the tried and tested classic allied base push, which admittedly there have been lots of balanced discussions, and in a direct melee range base push scenario, the allies are the stronger pick, the stronger faction, despite the turret and pillbox nerfs. Pillboxes having their fire rate reduced and cost up. The veterans scaling got removed. Turrets, I think, just use more power now. GG, that was a 9-minute and 30-second stomp. This time around, man, it was looking good for Blackened in the early to mid game. But this is a 3-0. So, congratulations. If this truly has been the finals, then congratulations to Cav for taking first spot in the RAGL Season 13. The crowned champion. We're gonna take a look now. Ah, it doesn't show anything. Man, they didn't claim their badges. Interesting. So I couldn't have spoiled myself there. And Blackened, congratulations for coming in second, and he really did so well. I'm gotta commend this man as well. He was just amazing. And pulled out some really crazy builds, especially against Creo. Oh, a couple of words about Creo. Someone I think I like man informed me as in a PM. He told me that Creo was having IRL issues and thus wasn't able to focus on OpenRA that much. That's why he got stomped a little bit, despite being a stellar player. Alright, that concludes, I guess, Season 13, but Season 14 is right around the corner. We are going to be hyped. It's also going to be played within the new release, so there's something to look forward to as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you, thanks to all the players for supporting us with an endless fountain of replays. And thanks to the community for just being fun to be around, even though I barely have time nowadays. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time in Season 14, which is just going to be right around the corner in a couple days. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control terminated.